Supercross night 2. How did Stewart wax the Lawrence brothers? Well, not to take anything away from Jett, because he was busting out a massive quad right here. But look who decided to learn it as well, Stewart. And that's why Stewart pretty much owned Paris, was because he was able to adapt and he didn't hit the deck. But this sucker is massive. Watch these guys as they step on, step off, and somehow just rop all the way to the end. And if we watch closely, I want you to pay attention to Jett's brake lever and also his clutch hand. Watch what he does here. It's just a typical just rope, taps it, and gets all the way down. Enough to get that motorcycle to transition between front wheel high to then instantly just getting that front wheel down. So we will watch it one more time because it is just damn cool. Actually, you know what? I take that back. We're going to watch it one more time after that. Look at this. And so cool for Malcolm to be able to do it as well. The only difference is what Malcolm does versus Jett is Jett cases it. And Malcolm is over here, and he is landing, sitting down, already set up for that corner. He was just on fire. But Jett was also doing some things that other riders weren't, coming across the start where it was very slippery. Saw Cooper Webb and a lot of guys struggle. Jett comes in here. Look at his toes to see how he is pushing down on the bike. Elbows are back, and he is just far back, his toes. He's on the toes of the foot pegs here, which is just great. This is, everyone needs to emulate Jett as he rides. He comes in here, he's coast, then he lets off, just gets that front wheel light over one of the massive bumps into the corner, and he's able to just coast. He was fast, but last night he struggled. He ended up washing out, which is interesting. I don't know why they didn't have this coverage and how you just wash out here, because a lot of these guys were just coming around the first corner and they were hitting this thing as straight as they could. You know, they're but then they're trying to come to the outside or somehow diving down and then trying to do what Cooper Webb is doing here. I don't know how he ends up backwards. That to me is just very perplexing. Maybe the front wheel washed out and then he just rolled over it. But that ended his King of Supercross hopes, where the next night he ends up going 1-1 and then 3, with Stewart just going 2-2-1 and becoming the King of Paris. So this was really the only major mistake that Jett ended up making, and he was able to rebound. So we got to give it to Jett for doing that. But his brother wasn't able to. I haven't found any information to see if he's okay, but look at how deep these whoops are. He's laying down there. There are 3.5 feet deep. This is at the end of the whoop section where these suckers are rolled, not steamrolled. Thank you for the YouTube community for checking in on me. I appreciate it. I do read your comments, and while you're down there, you might as well add another one and hit that subscribe button. But I digress. Him just coming back is pretty dang impressive to me. And he didn't rebound as good as his brother did because he didn't crash as hard. But why was Stewart so freaking just better than everybody? Maybe is it because you have Jett and Hunter that are racing the Oz X and it's show up money, so they need to make sure that they don't get hurt, where Malcolm really has nothing to lose. He's going to ride as hard as he can to beat some of the best riders in the world? Probably. However, don't take anything away from him. He is a Supercross winner, and I'd like to see him win more this coming 2026 season. Watch what he does here. He is setting up right across the big triple. Want you again to pay attention to his shift foot. If I get the arrows right, the shift foot. Okay, what is he going to do here? Let's pay attention. Boom. Shifts, I'm assuming, to fourth gear, then just rolls, and notice how he's got his butt on the ass crack here. He is weighting the outside peg, okay, not the inside peg, but he is literally weighting this guy, not this guy, and you can tell that he is, his butt crack. I get it, but he is not straight. He is not straight in the middle. Butt crack is not straight in the middle. It is off to the side. This is perfect corner technique, especially when it is slippery, when you have no traction to hold you there, because it is very just hard pack and slippery. So what is he doing? He is just keeping his feet on the pegs, riding more like Jett. Comes in with some massive roll speed and just hauls ass through the whoops. We've known Mookie is always one of the best riders in the world at whoops, but he proved it yet again at the Paris Supercross. Because what was he able to do that no rider was able to? Come from a 7th that last race and get around not only Hunter, but get around Jett. Who in the world passes Jett Lawrence? Nobody besides Mookie. The Stewart is in his blood. The Bubba is in his blood. So this is pretty dang cool. And he was the only rider doing this. Watch this. Seat bounce, quad, massive. That is just... I'm lost for words. I want to say something that it's like butt puckering because, no pun intended that he's sitting down. But he's just... This looks so scary. Seat bounce. Just, he was feeling it. Boom, over it. And here's another angle. Watch him. He is this rider right here. Just looks over that tabletop. No other rider was doing that. We'll watch that one more time. Just comes in here, triple, sits down, just instantly commits. Immaculate. How is he able to do that? Oh, and on a minor sidebar, this section sucked. Did they run out of dirt here? We're just going to have this little itty bitty step up, and then we're going to do a double into nothing. Literally nothing. Couldn't we have put sand there maybe? More sand? Could we have put another whoop section? Another whoop section would have been awesome. Maybe even another rhythm section because you're going from a 90 to a 90. So why do we just have 2 jumps here that I could go fast on? That is... Yeah, missed opportunity, Paris. Missed opportunity for sure. And to redefine that why this track was so hard packed, look at Tom Vial, because he struggled. Not only did he take out Jett had a really rough weekend, but look at this. Da, 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 da. You could almost put music to that with him having 2 days on the bike. And yeah, it's the GP Honda. It's not the Jett Lawrence Honda. And, well, it's not the Lawrence brothers Hondas, so they're probably not going to share the suspension settings, but look at this thing. Da, 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 da. It's just not very smooth. It's very, very stiff, probably because it's set up just for those whoops coming right after. But da, 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 da. Very difficult. And what does he do? He almost takes out Jett again. Not on purpose, though. This is actually Jett running into the back of his rear wheel, but he looks over at him and he just decides, you know what? Take it. I'm not trying to take you out. It's you just go for it. I know how much of a rough situation you've had. And last, even though Hunter struggled, I still like this line where he was going quad and then just seamlessly sitting down. And I don't know how you stop the motorcycle fast enough and be able to make that inside with how slippery everything was. To me, that was honestly one of the more impressive lines that I've seen. I know a couple other guys did it as well. Still, these guys are so smooth and immaculate on these motorcycles. I hope you all enjoyed yourself and hopefully learned something. If you did, again, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, keep it WFO. Bra-da-da-da-da.